Hey guys, Jeff with GearTube TV here. I want to take a minute before this video begins to talk about sponsor of the project. This video is not sponsored by, and the video does not contain a paid promotion for the video, but I wanted to give a shout out to CSE Off-Road, and that's cseoffroad.com, and this is their page here. Free shipping over $69. Orders $69 and over, qualify for free shipping. I can't say enough about CSE Off-Road, and more specifically Gene. Gene started CSE Off-Road and they have been absolutely spectacular. So if you're in the market for Jeep parts, accessories, winches, fender flares, lockers, gears, axles, things like that, this is your go-to spot. And also I see here Ford trucks, so they have floor liners, hitch steps for Fords. Dodge, they have same thing, floor liners, hitch steps, and GM as well. So they do have a couple truck things, but their specialty is Jeeps, and let me tell you, they're excellent at what they do. So again, that's CSE Off-Road, cseoffroad.com. Check them out, and we're absolutely honored to have them helping to sponsor this Jeep. So shout out to CSE Off-Road. Thanks, guys. How's it going? Got another video coming at you today, and we're gonna do something that I never really thought I was gonna do. I'm gonna actually make a bunch of holes in this Jeep. Call it a whim, call it something unique, call it, I don't know what you want to call it, but we're gonna do it, and hopefully it turns out really well. This isn't gonna be the finished product, what I do today. This is just step one of probably a two-step process, and we'll see how it goes. If the second step looks like it's not going to work, then we're just going to stop here at step one and be done with it. But either way, it'll either work or it won't. We'll put it that way. If it doesn't work, then I may have to scrap the part of the Jeep that I'm working with and start over, which will piss me off. Or if it works, cool. All right, awesome. So let's get started. When I said I was going to be cutting holes in the Jeep, I really wasn't kidding. I got my Craftsman corded drill here, and I have a Craftsman hole saw kit, which has sizes 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch, 1 1/2 inch, 1 3/4 inch, 2 inches, and 2 1/2 inch. For my purposes, I'm going to be using these three. If you can't figure it out what it is by now, you're probably gonna guess really quickly when I show you what part we'll be working on. So let me get these loaded up onto the drill, and let's do it. Yes, I'm actually making vent holes in the side, on each side of the hood. So what I have is the three smallest, and they start at 1 inch and then go up. So I have my 1 inch here, and then 1 1/4, I believe it is. Yep, 1 1/4, and then up to 1 1/2. So I have my first one marked, and then I'm putting 3 1/2 inches to the next one, and then 3 1/2. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the big, medium, little, medium, big. So there'll be a total of 5 holes, and it'll either look cool or it'll be a total flop. If it's a total flop, I will just scrap the hood, get more Monster Liner, and start all over. I really don't want to do that, so like this is kind of a very permanent modification. and you have to be really sure that you want to do this before you start. I'm a little leery about it myself, but you know, the thing that concerned me was when I wash it and water gets in there. On this side, it's not a big deal because you just have the horn. The carburetor sits, I know you can't see, but carburetor sits pretty far away. That washing it shouldn't be an issue. The water, when it gets in, should just run down the inside, in theory. So, yeah, like I said, it's permanent, and I don't know. I'm a little leery, but I'm not, because I've been thinking about this mod for quite a while, and I finally decided that I'm gonna do it. So what I need to do quick is make sure that I have the right sort of perspective on where I want this to be. I may need to come back a little bit further. I may need to have my first one here, then the second one, then the little one. Yeah, that might work better if I back it up just a little bit. And then the other thing you need to do is make sure you get it at the right spot on the opposite side. Now, I could just take a chalk line and run a chalk line across the hood, but actually I'm just gonna measure from the front of the hood where my holes are for the other side. But I wanted to get this first side on film to do it, and then the second side, I might not film, I might, I don't know, but I need to get the pencil tape measure and remeasure my holes here quick. All right. Okay, here goes nothing. There's the spot. Here we go. Oh boy. All right. I don't know phase. All right, 3.5 inches from the center. Okay. Now, as you get smaller in diameter, you got to make sure you stay level. All right. Here we go, number 2. Here we go. All right guys, so there's part one. The hood's up, you can see through. And looking on the back side, the coolant expansion tank, the horn's right there. This wire does nothing. It actually is supposed to be the power wire for the horn, but it doesn't work anyway, so not that big of a deal. And then the washer fluid bottle. So really, if water gets in here, at most, it's gonna run down this fender. And down in there, I don't have anything handy to show. There's a vacuum canister there. But other than that, it just drains out on the back side of this joint where the fender meets the tub. On the other side, we're gonna have to be extra careful. And this is where part two comes in. I am going to order grommets for these. So each one of these will have a rubber grommet around it. And I believe I'm going to try to get ones with screens. And if I can't get a rubber grommet that has a screen, I'm gonna make them. So I'll order the grommets for each one of these diameters. And then if I can get screened ones, great. If I can't, I have extra screen for a window screen in my main garage that I can figure out a way to attach it. And then that way we'll keep any debris out, and it might actually slow the water down. Now, the other thing I have to do is sort of primer this raw metal. And before I put the grommets in, I'll take care of that. That way I don't get any rust issues. So, yeah, there it is. Pretty sweet. And again, I had cardboard under here like this, just to sort of protect anything. Now, I know it's cardboard, so if I would have jammed through, it obviously would have went right through the cardboard. But you know well enough that when you get through the metal, to stop and pull back, so not that big of a deal. But it also kept some of the metal shavings where I could easily vacuum them up with the shop vac and then sweep the floor. So that's part one. Part two to come. We'll take a look on this side. Oh yeah, that's sweet. I don't know why I like that so much, but that's sweet. It's only a 1/2 inch difference on each hole, but that is, or I'm sorry, 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch difference on each hole. A 1/2 inch difference would have been awesome, but I like that. I like that a lot. So I just need to do the same on this side. Now over here we have to be careful. We have an MSD ignition box and we have our battery. Battery I'm not terribly worried about. If anything were to get wet, it's a battery. You know, batteries do get wet at times. It's not a huge deal, and it's not something to be super duper concerned about, but something to be conscious of. The MSD is what I'm really worried about the most. So what I might do, if I can, is actually get a piece of aluminum, maybe sheet aluminum, and then make a bend, like mount it here, make a 90-degree where it comes up and then goes over the top of the MSD box, and then I can just unbolt that. The shield will come off. Something like that, maybe. I don't know how hot this box gets. I've never really felt it. Can't imagine. Well, hell, it's hardly even on there. I can't imagine it gets hot on its own more so than what the under the hood temperature gets it from absorbing heat, that under hood absorption, whatever it's called. So anyway, I'm rambling. Sweet, that's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. We're gonna finish up the other side maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. I'm not gonna film that because it'll be the same thing as this side. But once I get the grommets ordered, I'll film that, especially if I have to add screens to it. But let me know what you think about this video. Comment below, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're a first timer here at the channel, or you know, you're interested in some Jeep content. I am by no means a professional. I just like to try things and do things. So with that said, I hope y'all take care. I hope you're all happy, healthy, and well, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye.